can't
It don't
record.
matter what they want. It's the First Amendment says I can do this.
Okay.
So I suggest they learn the law.
Okay, but you're threatening. She said that
I'm not threatening nobody. No, ma'am. They lied through their teeth.
Okay. Well, then I need you to turn around. Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
I am not armed.
You don't have any weapons on you?
I do not have any weapons on me. I am not armed.
Okay.
Am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go.
Okay.
You're being detained.
For what crime am I suspected of committing?
We already told you.
Videotaping on the sidewalk.
No, no, that's what you're.
Have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime?
You could have been violent.
It could have, should have, shoulda, coulda, woulda, possibly, maybe on a rainy day.
If you ever thought that a Karen only appears in supermarket videos, think again. Because today, Karen is wearing a police hat and carrying a badge, ready to blow the Constitution to smithereens just because you pressed the record button. Ready? Today, we're hitting the road through 4 states, where courageous citizens raise their cameras and press on the raw nerve of authority. From Fayetteville, where the Constitution feels like misdirected mail, to Texas, where the rain can't wash away prejudice, swinging through Illinois, where sidewalks become impromptu courtrooms, and on to Wisconsin, where even a single glance is interpreted as a threat. Now sit back and join us as we rewind to October 11th, 2019, at the Fayetteville, North Carolina Post Office. In the post office lobby, retail sales associate Larry D. Burkla launched the opening salvo, convinced that his mysterious lost law alone could knock both the Constitution and Poster 7 off the board.
Can I help you?
Yeah. No, I'm good, man.
Well, why are you taking pictures in here? You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
No, sir, you cannot.
Okay.
Because it's a federal post office. You can come in and take some pictures.
Really?
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
I'm not telling you nothing, just leave, sir.
Larry, huh? I can film here, man. You ever heard of the First Amendment?
Yeah, but you can't film in here.
This is a free country.
Yeah.
Says I can't film in here, guys. What y'all think about that? Huh?
Why are you filming in here, sir?
I'm just documenting the post office, man. That's it. This ain't the first post office I've been in, guys.
Well, I'm sorry, but they put out regulations.
No, it's not. Okay.
Take film.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. That's fine. Hey, that's your right to film, to take pictures. Freedom of press. Y'all ever heard of that? Now you're telling lies. Who's on the phone telling the police lies?
If the violation inside wasn't enough, stepping outside only brought more drama. Officers Tudor and Delgado were waiting, as if auditioning for the role of emotion-based policing. They cited no statutes. Instead, they gauged every beat of social discomfort, demanding IDs, subtly suggesting withdrawal, simply because a few onlookers felt uneasy. Was I really expected to become a roving lecturer, cramming a crash course on Poster 7 and the Fourth Amendment right there in the parking lot?
I want you to come back in.
It don't matter what they want. It's the First Amendment says I can do this.
Okay.
So I suggest they learn the law.
Okay, but you're threatening. She said that
I'm not threatening nobody. No, ma'am. They lied through their teeth. I got it all on film.
Okay.
I didn't threaten nobody.
She just said that you were threatening.
They lied.
And the female customers that were in
They
there.
lied. They want nobody in there a while ago. I held the door open for an old lady and walked out.
Okay. I think people get uncomfortable with the camera.
Well, they own them all day, everywhere. You got yours on? Okay,
Sure
good.
Always.
And your name?
Tudor.
Who, you got a badge number?
I do.
Can I get it free?
It's right there. Yeah.
Oh, come on. You can't just say it 173.
Yeah. You get your tattoos here, man?
In Spring Lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not prison tattoos.
No, I have to wear long sleeves because I have.
I understand.
So,
I understand.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
was just wondering.
Right. But no, I mean, I'm sure. I don't know if I was at Spring Lake Post Office.
You making like a documentary or
Man,
something?
freaked out.
Or?
I just filmed government facilities. This ain't the only one I've come to.
Is there no reason behind it? You just do it because you want to?
I just post them on YouTube.
Okay.
Good citizen.
That's what I'm talking to.
I'm a good citizen, man. I mean, that's all I'm gonna give you right now. This is, you know, this is not a stop and ID state.
Just wanted to know who I'm talking to. So. Okay.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I would look into it. They're supposed to have a poster, it's, a thing on the plaque on the wall. It's called Poster 7. Who can come in and do what?
Okay.
Photography and journalists can go in there and film the corridors, hallways. I mean, you know what I'm saying? As long as they...
You understand why people feel uncomfortable.
That ain't my problem if they feel uncomfortable, though.
Okay.
I mean, I can't go around thinking everybody feels uncomfortable.
I'm going to talk to the clerk for a minute. And I'll be
But like I said, she lied through her teeth.
Okay, you stay out here for a minute. You're going to talk to this officer right here, and I'm going to go inside.
All right, well, all right, whatever. Morning.
Morning.
Who am I talking to?
Officer Delgado.
Say that one more time.
Delgado.
Delgado.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
badge number 474. Nice to meet you.
Sir.
I didn't ask for no help.
Okay. So what seems to be the problem? Why are we here?
I don't have a problem.
You don't have a problem?
Nope.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Policeman, can you move so I can get out?
Yes, sir. One moment.
I appreciate it.
I'll be right back with you, sir. Don't go nowhere.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, I want to know why you lied on the phone to the police, said I was intimidating and scaring y'all.
You are.
And talking junk. I mean, I won't do none of that. So why you lying? Everybody.
Hey.
Lying through your damn teeth. You shouldn't do that, man. You're going to get me hemmed up with the damn police for a lie. Sir, can I help you?
Yes, sir. Hi, sir. I'm the postmaster. I'm Tony Playboy.
Telling lies. They was all lying on the phone. That's all they did was lie. I went in there.
You don't have the right to take photos.
I do have a right to be here. Yes, I do. You need to read up on it because you're sadly mistaken.
You educate us. How about that?
You're supposed to have a poster in there.
That's your
It
explanation.
does have all to do with this film right here.
don't have the right to
There's
come
a
in
big
the
old paragraph about photography inside of government facilities. Yes.
So go ahead and quote that verbatim.
I ain't got to quote it. They
You
can
ain't
look
gotta-
it up.
you ain't
I'm not
gotta quote
going.
it?
They can
I
learn.
mean, you're trying to educate us on something, correct, sir?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
I know.
so if you're going to educate
I
us,
don't know
wouldn't
it
be
word
best
for
if you
word.
know-
It's best to look it up.
Do you have a
I don't
pamphlet of
have it
any
with
sort?
me. No.
Probably.
Well, I mean, it
Have
ain't my
one
job
on
to do their job.
I mean, is it your job to come and harass people at their
I'm not
place of
harassing
business?
nobody.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. I
Okay.
never harassed nobody. I walked in there.
Mhm.
I was filming. That was it.
Okay. And did they ask you to leave? Because just didn't want to?
Because I don't got to.
You don't got to?
I don't gotta.
On a federal building, you don't got to.
No.
Okay.
Because I'm allowed to go in there and
What's your
film. Good citizen.
What's your name?
Good
An officer of the
citizen.
law is asking you what did you
This is not a stop and ID state, dude. Don't try to me.
Okay.
Are you crazy?
You have your ID?
Yeah, I got it. You're
Can I
not
get
getting it
Why not?
because this is not a stop and ID
So you want to
state.
know who I am, but I can't know who you
You're
are.
a servant. I ain't.
I don't work for you. I work for the city.
You work for me then.
No, I
Who
don't-
pays you? Who
I
pays
work-
your salary?
I work for the city.
Taxes, right?
I work for the city.
Taxes, correct?
Okay.
Now you're gonna get all on me because I'm trying to educate everybody,
I'm not
and you
getting-
don't like it.
No, sir.
Yes,
What I was
yes,
asking
it
you
is.
to do is to quote verbatim. If you want to,
I don't know the exact
No,
words, but I just know.
Okay.
How about that? I'm not doing your job
So
and your job
what
and
I
your
was
job.
encouraging you to do is that if you want to educate people, you should probably have.
I will print it up and
material.
put some in my back pocket if that's what I need to do.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
But I mean, you can look it up
Okay.
just like that. I'd be doing your job.
What's the poster?
It's called Poster 7.
Poster 7.
Yes.
Who makes that?
The Homeland Security.
Homeland Security.
Yes.
Poster 7.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be
Please,
right back.
please educate yourself.
You were downtown, weren't you?
I was.
Okay.
Yes.
In reality, North Carolina isn't a stop and ID state, but Fayetteville seems to have carved out its own exception. With no specific suspicion in sight, the officers eagerly hunted for ID, as if it were the golden key to Heaven's Gate. When Supervisor Yoel stepped in, any hope of a course correction vanished just as swiftly as he sidestepped the phrase amendment. It seems that on that day, in Fayetteville, the Constitution wasn't rejected. It was simply misdelivered and never signed for.
I was, and I'm gonna go to the rest of them too.
I just don't understand the purpose behind it.
The purpose is I can do it. That's
So
my
why you do
only
it? I
purpose.
mean, just because you can doesn't mean you should. I mean,
That don't make it. It's not illegal.
I never said it was. I was
Okay.
just asking.
All right. Can I get your name, sir?
Can you read?
You want to be a smart ass too? Yeah.
No, I mean,
Okay.
You want
I
to-
can't see it from here. My eyes. I mean, I ain't got freaking you know, I mean, 100 freaking, 100 vision or nothing like that.
But you won't tell us your name.
I'm not supposed to. I don't have to. Y'all work for me. I don't work for y'all.
That's not how that works.
Can I get close enough to see the name badge?
That's fine. What's your name?
Good citizen.
Good citizen?
Yep.
Okay. You just having a bad day today?
No, I'm not having a bad day. I'm having a great day. I'm serious. All I was doing was filming. And then she gonna tell some lies that I was harassing and this right here. If that's harassment, dude, you have to lock a lot of people up. You know what I mean?
What's the purpose for?
It's educational, to educate them.
Who's that?
Also yourselves, because a lot of people don't know that I can legally go into a post office, any a government facility, and film. To educate the public.
But like I said, you understand why people are uncomfortable with that, right?
I suppose, but they're uncomfortable. Don't trump my rights, though. You know what I mean?
The clerk in there said that he specifically asked you not to film him because he doesn't.
It don't matter. He works for the government. I can film him. I mean, there's nothing illegal about what I'm doing.
Well, if they ask you to leave and you don't, then it would be.
I mean, if y'all want to play that card too, I mean, we can take it to court and then we can do it like that.
They told you they don't.
Because for no reason, I won't interfering in no business of theirs, because they want nobody in there. If I'm impeding business, then they got a legitimate reason, but they don't have a legitimate reason. I can't. Was I getting mail? No, sir. I do not have a mailbox here.
Were you delivering any mail?
My purpose is right here. That was my
Well,
purpose.
if they want you to leave, then it'd probably be in your best interest to leave when they ask you to.
If I don't, if I go back in there, will you arrest me?
Well, they can pursue trespassing charges. You're not here doing any business. You have no reason to be here.
Listen, this is my business, though. See, that's what everybody don't understand. I know what I didn't buy a stamp. I can go buy a stamp.
Then your business will be concluded.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. I'm beyond. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it.
And neither are we.
I'm just trying to educate that you can go in the post office and record. I mean, that's.
So you did, and then they asked you to leave.
Well, no, but now
they
they.
set on going back in there just because they don't want you to be there, and that's what I don't understand about it. Like going in there
Because they lied. For one, they lied. The dispatcher, I was harassing. They won't put nobody in there. The old guy was in there. He said, "You can't film in here." I said, "Yes, sir, I can." I mean, I was even polite. But then he tells dispatcher that I was cussing and raising. I mean, that I was harassing people. Hey, now, your supervisor?
Yeah.
I've taught you before. This is good citizen.
Yes,
Yeah, I got
good citizen. Your name and badge number, please. How you pronounce that, man?
Like towel, but with a Y.
Yowell?
Yowl.
Yowl?
You say towel.
See, that's why I didn't want to say it. Badge number?
So what's S49? So what's the deal, man? What's going on?
I'm just out having a wonderful day recording. You heard the First Amendment, right?
I've already talked to you once before. So they asked you to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have to leave because they feel uncomfortable because I got a camera. I'm trying to educate them. Then y'all want me to quote the exact printing that's on poster 7. My memory's for crap. I won't even remember your name when I leave. You understand? So I can't remember the whole thing.
Just let me help you out. I want you to, because you want get videos, you want a YouTube channel.
It ain't got nothing. No, sir. I see. There you go. Now see.
You want me to explain to you some stuff? I want to help you out. And this is genuine. Okay. Even in North Carolina, you have a right if it's an unlawful arrest to resist arrest. You know that?
Yeah.
The trick of that is you got to be right.
I got to be what?
You got to be right. So if these officers reach a point where they've established that you violated some law, they can arrest you for it.
Right. I understand that, but I hadn't violated the law.
Okay.
I mean,
so
I violated it.
So help me out.
You understand?
What's legitimately? What's your purpose? What do you want to do?
This is my purpose. I'm trying to educate not only these people that work in the post office, but yourselves, because evidently y'all don't know that it's okay to film in a post office.
No one's recording down
there.
No, I just said because they asked you to leave.
Right.
They said that.
But they lied and said I was harassing and doing all kind of stuff, but I didn't do. So you should lock them up for false 911 call or whatever.
We're now you're getting into a little more of the subjective.
I mean,
give me a second. What's harassment to me might not be harassment to them, and vice versa. What's harassment to them may not be harassment to us.
Bringing my camera into the post office, that can't be classified as harassment.
Yeah. Now, what, are we putting it in people's faces?
No, I wasn't nowhere close to none of them.
Okay. Yeah, I know you do, clearly. So
Right.
you understand why that also kind of makes people
They on camera all day. These cameras in there. I mean, they on camera everywhere they go. Banks. I mean, Walmart.
I am too. I understand it.
I'm not like that. I mean, I was way back there, dude, behind.
You and I understand that. That makes them uncomfortable. So.
But that's not my problem for them to be uncomfortable, though. You understand? If I had to stay away from everybody that's uncomfortable, I couldn't even leave my house.
Understand. Their threshold for uncomfortable may be different than mine. So if you make them uncomfortable, and then you start interfering with them doing their daily. Listen, I'm talking.
Okay, go ahead, man. I got
once you start interfering with them doing their job, now you're starting to get into that gray, that maybe ambiguous, however, but certainly an area where you're starting to interfere with the daily business of the post office. Then that is a problem.
So the morning's community education at the post office drew to a close, where the mail might never reach its destination, but legal ambiguity spreads coast to coast. A vivid reminder that the Constitution still lies, lost in the very hands sworn to defend it. On November 25, 2019, beneath a steady drizzle in Humble, Texas, a lone camera pointed at the Harris County Police Academy suddenly became a mirror reflecting institutional flaws. That was all it took for Sergeant Cook to summon handcuffs with the magic words reasonable suspicion. Officer Young quickly joined the performance, adding his presence to the power play. Too bad neither the First Amendment nor Texas Penal Code Section 38.02 authorizes arresting someone simply for daring to exercise a lawful right.
20-mile-an-hour zone. Of course, Harris County Sheriff's Department. No surprise there.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
What are you doing?
Just out in public taking pictures.
Okay, of what?
Anything I can see from the public right-of-way.
Okay, but make sure you don't point that away.
You need to be conservative what you're doing over here, because sometimes we have off-duty police officers coming up here.
Deputy Cook?
No, I'm a sergeant.
Sergeant Cook.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna stand here and take pictures. That's funny, he's taking my picture.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
Nothing wrong with it. I'll just say it's funny.
That's fine. You know, I'm good with you taking my picture too, and you know, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm telling you, make sure you're careful of the police officers coming in and out, because you can compromise their undercover status. And don't take any pictures towards the state jail. They will come unglued on you.
You seem to mind.
Well, they probably didn't see you at first.
No, they came out and talked to me.
Okay, but make sure, okay? What is the purpose of what you're doing anyway? You got some ID on you, sir?
Of course.
I need to see it, please. Yes, sir, you're on the side of the road near a penal institution and near a Harris County firing range. I want to identify you to make sure.
Okay, but this is public right-of-way. It's a public street, isn't it?
Sir, please don't play this game. No, this is not. This is actually the county right-of-way right here. The street's here.
Correct. County right-of-way is my right-of-way. I'm a taxpayer and citizen. This is my area.
Well, actually, sir, in order to take your pictures properly, okay, you need to be a little bit further back, so that way some of these big trucks come down here, don't hit you. Are you refusing to identify yourself to me as in the state of Texas as a peace officer? I'm requesting your identification. I don't need a lawful act. All I have to do is have reasonable suspicion. Your presence alone.
Okay, so you're saying under 3802 that I have to identify myself?
Excuse me, sir. Let me finish my sentence, please.
Okay.
I didn't interrupt you when you were speaking, did I?
I'll be quiet and listen.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm asking you, are you refusing to identify yourself under the reasonable suspicion that I can't ask you for your identification?
It sounds like you're suspecting me of a crime. So at this point, I'm going to say that I want to remain silent, exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, exercise my Sixth Amendment right to have an attorney present during any and all questioning.
No, sir, that's only during a crime that's been committed. If you want to try and quote the law, you might want to double check your law again, because a police officer does not have to suspect you of a crime. He just has to have reasonable suspicion of that crime is maybe afoot or could be afoot. So me as a police officer, I have the right to identify you at any time, sir.
Respectfully, I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay, well then I need you to turn around. Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
I am not armed.
You don't have any weapons on you?
I do not have any weapons on me. I am not armed.
Use and identify yourself.
I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't committed any crime. I'm on a public street. I'm taking photographs.
You're on the side of the road,
public
sir. You're not
property.
on the street.
I am on the public right-of-way.
Okay.
All I did was take a picture of you flying down the highway here. By the way, it's a 20-mile-an-hour zone. And I took some pictures of the sign.
Oh, you have
right
a radar,
there.
sir? Is that what you have?
Actually, I do.
Okay, let me see it.
I don't have it on.
Okay,
But
so
I can go get it and stand out here and run radar all day
means
long.
do. I'm going to ask you to move away from the entrance of this establishment. So either go that away 100 feet or go that away about 200 feet. Okay? Hello?
I'm exercising my right to remain silent.
Okay, so then go ahead and go this way.
Can I put my hands down?
Yeah, I
don't
never
wanna
told
get
you to
shot.
put your hands
You
up.
told me to turn around and put my hands up.
I did not. I told you to turn around. That's all I said.
Okay, later.
Okay, go ahead.
So what do you want me to do?
I want you to go that way a little bit further. I want you away from the range because there's a safety concern standing out. There's a possibility there might be a round. People are a little more protected when they're in their cars, but just in case a round is, ricocheted because we have people firing out there. Shotguns, rifles, pistols, all that good stuff is for your safety. It's a road, so move down that way, please.
But you have no obligation to protect me. How about we do this?
Yes, sir, I do. I was called a Texas police officer. Go that way.
How about we do this? How about we do this? I'll make you a compromise. Okay? How about I go inside and take some video of the firing range?
You can't.
I can't? Why?
No, sir, you cannot.
Why not?
Because I'm telling you, you can't. I'm not going to let you go in there.
Okay.
If you want to take a tour of the facility, sir, in writing to the sheriff of Harris County, which is Sheriff Ron Hickman,
I know exactly who Ron
you can
Hickman
make a formal request to him.
I'm kind of surprised you don't know who I am. But
I'm sorry, I don't. Because you want to identify yourself. I'll identify myself to you all day long.
You already have.
Sergeant Jimmy Cook.
Yes.
So let me see your ID.
You're required to identify yourself.
So are you.
If I haven't committed a crime, I'm not doing anything
It's
unlawful.
a reasonable suspicion.
Conducting a
Go that away.
constitutionally protected
Go to that
activity.
away.
I'm going to tell you who I am.
No.
Oh, you don't want to know now?
I don't want to know
Oh,
anymore.
Okay.
I'm tired of talking to you.
All right. How far down there do you want me to go?
About 200 feet that way. I want you to just get away from the range, sir. I don't want you to get injured.
Down that way a little bit. I don't know what 100 feet is or 200 feet, but I'll move down that way a little
Take
bit.
about 25 steps. You'll be right in the area.
Do you have a business card?
Nope.
All right. I'm sorry?
What are you doing back here?
Taking pictures.
For what?
For my use.
For you?
Yes, use. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a speech
I
impediment.
understand, but this good area back here, all cops, all police department, all training and stuff back here.
Uh-huh.
You go up to that main building and get it cleared. Should be back here.
Well, I've got written authorization to be here.
From who?
From the founding fathers. It's called the Constitution of the United States.
Okay. I asked you to go up front here and tell them know that you're back here taking pictures because...
And you're Sergeant Young?
I'm Sergeant Young.
Okay.
Ronald E. Young.
Okay.
This is the training academy. This is part of the training academy, and that's part of the training academy.
Yes, sir. I knew that. Well, I can't really see them training from here. I'm just getting B-roll footage of the building.
Okay. I need you to go up there, front building, get permission to be back here.
So you're saying I have to ask for permission to be on the county, my property. This is my property.
County property, take the pictures. Yes, sir.
This is my property.
This is not your property.
Yes, I'm a citizen, sir. This is my property.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Well, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm coming across wrong. I don't mean
Yes,
to.
you are. Permission from my supervisor that you can be back here taking pictures.
Okay.
Because there's cops. Whoa.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We all have guns back here.
Mm-hmm.
You see that area right there?
This is the Firearm Training Center.
Yes, there's a. I don't know who you are. Okay.
I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay, then go up here and get permission to be back here taking pictures. I don't have a problem.
Well, I'll do you one better. How about you take me inside for a tour?
No, sir, I am not going to do that.
You can even tell me what I can and can't film.
No, sir, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you to go up front and get permission to be back here.
Okay, but if I go up there, I have to go onto your property in order to get that permission.
Sir, okay. Go up there and get permission to be back here. Okay.
Well, I will do that. I will do.
Conversation's in.
I will do what you're asking me to do. I'll go up there for permission. Okay, under protest.
That's fine.
Okay.
Go up there. That's fine.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay. I'm going to wait for you to get over because I'm going to cross over and walk that way.
You can go ahead and cross in front of the vehicle. I'll stop traffic for you.
Well, let's see. Stay on this side.
As you can see, just outside the academy was a full-blown constitutional cacophony, echoing with the cries of the First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendments. Now, let's step inside where a dialogue unfolds between the videographer and Captain Schmidt. So, though Schmidt presents himself with courtesy and professionalism, even that can't save the debate surrounding Ignacio. Was it a public passage or private turf? Hard to blame him, really. when an agency that flunked civics sees the line between public and private as clearly as a rain-blurred windshield.
Everything. Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Good. Who's in charge here today?
Captain Schmidt.
May I see him, please?
It's a female. I'll be back in a second.
Oh,
Okay?
I'm sorry. May I see her, please?
Yeah. She's on her way, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, I suspect you've gotten a phone call about me.
Well, they said someone was filming down there. I'm Captain Schmidt. I'm the Academy Director.
It's good to meet you. Facility here, okay? And I really don't want to be on your property.
Okay.
I am out in public taking pictures. I have no ill intent. I'm on the public right-of-way. I'm exercising my First Amendment right twofold. Number one, to protest the overzealous actions of the government. Journalist, I'm gathering content per story. Do you know who I am?
No, I have no idea, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What is your name?
I didn't give it.
Okay.
I didn't give it. And after the reception I just got down there where I did offer to identify myself, I've already been threatened with arrest. And then the other guy, I forget his name, I've got him on video, but basically he told me I had to leave or else. That is unacceptable behavior.
Where were you, sir?
Down by the firing range. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
I asked them to take me inside. I told them I'd even let them pick and choose what I could film. They didn't want to do that. Obviously, you guys are hostile towards journalists, and I understand, you know, given Ron Hickman's recent celebrity status, I understand why that is. And I'm not going to leave. And if you guys want to arrest me, send your arresters on out there and let's get it done.
Okay. I'm still trying to get a clear picture of exactly where you were. You said you weren't on the range. Were you in the parking lot or out,
No, ma'am.
out on the street?
I have not been. I've been on public right-of-way at all times.
Oh, that should not be a problem.
And the other gentleman in the white pickup truck, he's the one who probably called you. And let them
no
know.
one's called me. So, are you on foot or?
I am on foot.
Okay.
So they made me walk all the way up here just to ask you permission to do what I can lawfully do.
Film on the public right away. There's
Thank
no
you.
issue with that.
Thank you.
Sure. Sure. Excuse me just a moment.
I understand. I figured there'd be a conference before I even got here, but that's okay. So all the red shirts work on the range, Miss Williams? Deputy Williams, I'm sorry.
No, we have different color shirts.
Well, all the guys down there were wearing red shirts.
No, we have various colors. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's not like all the range guys get red shirts and the instructors get blue shirts. Okay, okay.
No.
That would just make it easier for me to identify who I'm talking to.
Well, I forgot about that.
Now you know who I am.
No, I still don't know who
Oh.
you are. That you know who I am, but that's okay. Which is the road that runs around there
Mm-hmm.
is actually not a public roadway. It's a state jail access road.
Good argument, except for one thing. I looked at the county maps. Up there where the little hump in the road is, that's where the state jail's maintenance runs. This is county maintained all the way to that point. Hence,
Well,
you have a public park that butts up to it.
We've been advised that we can't run any kind of traffic initiative or anything on that side road.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can tell you. And Deputy Brockett just reminded me, Ignacio is not a public access road. But we've been told it
Okay.
is not a public access road. It's access for the state jail. Now, if you go in the park, obviously you can film everything that you want.
I've already done my research. I did it before, long before I came out here. Okay, and that is public right-of-way up until you get to the county maintains the road. As long as the county maintains the road, it's public access. The state maintains it after that little hump down there by their state jail. Now I'm going to do you a favor.
Okay.
As a courtesy, because you've been nice to me.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to give you one of my business cards.
Okay.
Okay.
David Warden.
Oh,
okay.
you wear cheaters. You're old like me. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
And
Allow
here's
me-
one of
allow
my
me to
business
give you
cards.
my card, too.
Okay.
There you are.
I would recommend maybe calling the PIO. Any one of them will tell you who I am. Okay.
Well, if you're not doing anything wrong,
I'm not going to break any law. I would never knowingly break a law. I'm a good citizen, honest honest citizen. I back the blue. Oh, she can take my picture here.
Oh.
Okay, but when they behave like that, it's unacceptable. Now, I've been arrested by Harris County Sheriff's Department for doing exactly what I'm doing right here, right now.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to go do it again.
Okay.
And if you arrest me, the outcome will be the same. I've done my research. Bad. I really do. But when you behave like that down there, you know, what am I supposed to do? You know,
Well,
look at my YouTube channel. You'll see that I have very favorable interactions with police officers all the time, and I always post it.
Well, and I hope you understand the perspective where I'm coming from, because we've been advised, you know, we run our cadets on that road all the time, and there's a lot of people that speed through there.
Yeah, they're Harris County Sheriff's deputies.
Well, I've gone through our appropriate chain of command to get our traffic units out there to run traffic, and they have told me they cannot run traffic down there because it is not public access roadway. So,
Well, maybe I can help you with that. You'll see a video of me running radar out in Fort Bend County,
okay.
right by the Justice Center.
Mhm.
I promise you, I'm going to come back out here and do that here. Well, you say that now. You
No.
say that now, but when I come back and embarrass all these deputies in their patrol cars, you may feel a little different.
Well, you know,
And,
that's their individual choice if they choose to exceed the speed limit, getting hurt here.
Okay, well, I'm going to call up to the PIOs. I've got one in particular that I deal with on a regular basis up there because he's the only one that's worth a crap. I'll give them a call and tell them, I always alert them when I have a bad video that's going to be going up. And I can tell you, based on what I just experienced down there, it's going to be a bad video. Like I said, you've been nice to me and I appreciate that, and I'm going to post that too, in case you didn't notice the camera's rolling.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I don't make a secret of it. There's a little red light that flashes.
Right.
Okay. And I appreciate your courtesy, and that I can deal with. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I can deal with deputies that stop and say, hey, you know, what are you doing? Consensual contact. You know, really, we'd rather you didn't do that here because we've got undercovers and what. To threaten me with arrest because I'm doing something I'm allowed to do, that's unacceptable. And I'm just dumbfounded by that. So you can call Sergeant Collier up at the PIO section. That's who I'm going to call.
Okay.
And I'll call him as soon as I hit the road out here. It's coming.
All right.
But I am going back down there.
Okay.
And I will be there if, you know, one of you guys, maybe the lieutenant here wants to come down here and arrest me. I'll,
No, the lieutenant's not here today.
Well, definitely don't be the one that does that then, because the last one that arrested me was on his day off too. So you guys have a good afternoon, and hopefully there's no issues.
All right.
All right.
A rainy day in Humble. Wash clean 2 lenses, the cameras and the lens of power. When the water cleared and the bubbles faded, one old truth remained. The Constitution doesn't need a name badge, and citizens don't need a visa to stand on public ground. On the afternoon of February 6, 2020 in Mendota, Illinois, Sergeant Stewart's body cam unwittingly took on the role of director in a legal farce titled Sidewalk Filming, Precedent or Crime. Such what had been an innocent stretch of sidewalk instantly became a hot zone, and constitutional rights collided head-on with the fragile emotions of nursing home residents. And so they staged a battle against the First and Fourth Amendments, all because someone said you were filming and causing a disturbance.
Why are you recording him inside?
And he will not give me that answer. He keeps
I
pulling
don't.
away from
I'm
me.
definitely not answering questions to you guys, but
Okay, I'll hold him. Go see if they'll sign a complaint for disorderly conduct.
This-
Why are you being that way, dude?
Like what? Hey, can I not
You can.
photograph on the sidewalk? Am
They
I
were
allowed to?
they were concerned that you were photographing residents inside.
No, there wasn't.
You weren't. You
No.
just photographing
Look, all these blinds are closed. Yeah.
along here. I don't know if
Yeah,
they are or
look,
not.
Go look at them.
Why wouldn't you stop when she asked you to?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Was I being detained?
Yes.
What crime was I suspected of committing?
You really want to go that route?
What crime?
We're
was
investigating somebody acting in a disorderly manner.
How?
You're video recording a nursing home and
But
you were upsetting the
photography
residents.
on the sidewalk.
We didn't know that. Don't we have to talk about it?
Photography on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Do I have to answer questions to that? No, I don't.
Wow.
Do I?
Well, if you just cooperated with her, you wouldn't be in handcuffs, right? That's what we got to get to the bottom of. Is there
Silence.
being a crime committed?
Silence is the consent for you to consistently rate.
Okay, not a problem.
If I do not, what did I do anything illegal?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's a Terry stop. You have to come up to me and make consensual contact. Because, you know why? Because I did not do anything illegal.
Okay. We'll do a Terry stop or a contact card with you. That way you'll be served with.
But, no, you forced a Terry stop on me.
No, we have to do an investigative stop.
You guys just put me in handcuffs. I didn't
Because
do
you're
anything.
disobeying an officer.
How? Is
She
that
telling
illegal?
you to stop and come here. You're
Did I do anything illegal?
That's what we're trying to determine.
Okay, so
I'm not going to argue with
there's
you.
no reasonable suspicion.
I'm not going to argue with you.
No reasonable suspicion.
Yes, there is.
No, that what?
What is define reasonable suspicion?
What crime am I?
Define reasonable suspicion.
What crime am I suspected of committing? Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
Yeah, it's
What
reported
crime?
you were committing crime.
What crime?
You're videotaping residents inside the nursing home.
Inside the nursing home, and is that illegal from the
Yes.
sidewalk to videotape?
To videotape people inside?
To videotape.
Yeah, they have a
from
right
the
to
sidewalk
privacy.
Is illegal.
Separate questions.
Is videotaping from the sidewalk?
Tell me what reasonable suspicion is, being that you're asking that question.
Is videotaping from the sidewalk illegal?
You don't get it, do you?
Can you?
I'm not going to explain anymore
call a
because
lieutenant?
I am the sergeant.
Okay.
Dude, I roll up. You're in cuffs. I'm trying to figure it out.
Illegal. This is not illegal.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, but you won't let us figure it
What I
out.
was doing was not illegal because
Okay.
I wasn't doing anything illegal.
So if you
do I have to
if you jaywalk, you're not doing anything illegal because you say you don't do anything illegal. If you damage a vehicle, you don't do
Damaging
anything
a
illegal.
vehicle is illegal.
Okay, but how do we know that you aren't doing something illegal because it got reported
you're
that you were?
assuming.
No, we got a report. We're not assuming.
You
We
got
were
a report
reported.
saying what?
That you were doing something illegal.
That I was. So you got a report? Yeah.
That you're videotaping the residents inside the nursing home.
No.
Okay.
No, there's nobody in there. And am I videotaping on their property or on the sidewalk?
Here's the thing. That's what we're trying to determine.
This is illegal. This is illegal right here.
No, you can be detained.
You can be detained when I.
You're not being forcibly detained.
Yes,
You're
I
being
am.
detained in handcuffs.
I'm being held here against my will. I am being
Okay.
held here against my will.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go. You're being detained.
For what crime am I suspected of committing?
We already told you.
Videotaping on the sidewalk.
No,
Illegal detainment.
no, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Illegal detainment. No.
They said you were videotaping
So they
residents
made the
inside.
call.
Yes.
They made the call?
Yes.
Okay. If that's what you say. Is your body cam on too? This is gonna be going to court. I was videotaping from the sidewalk. This is a universe. This is a.
I have no idea, man. You won't cooperate with us and tell us what's going on. You're being asked to cooperate, and the police officer's giving you a direct order, and you won't stop.
Because I don't have to. Because I didn't
Yes,
do
you
anything
did.
illegal. No.
So that's in your opinion, not ours.
No, it's not an opinion.
Okay. Okay.
Only reason I came here was within my rights.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, if that's all you were doing, but if you're videotaping and taking pictures of people inside there, that's a different story. Or if you're going on their property acting in a disorderly manner, that's your problem.
Hello, ma'am.
So what?
So.
Disorderly conduct.
Okay.
Disorderly conduct?
Yes.
How?
Explain that to
What
you
did I
first.
do? Disorderly.
Let's go.
What did I
What?
do?
Put him in the car, and then we'll talk about what's going on.
Okay.
What did I do disorderly? Okay.
I got your phone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cord?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Got anything illegal on you at all?
Sorry.
Okay.
I was from an elite line, certainly. Hey, Nolan.
Anything in your pockets?
Yep. Hey, go to the police station. So, what was disorderly?
We will talk about that once we get back.
Get back?
Yeah, get back to the police department.
Okay.
That's your phone too. Oh.
Yeah, make sure the door's unlocked.
All right.
Sit back. Hop in. Head to the glass.
It turned out Stewart was merely a victim of the classic heard a rumor, acted enthusiastically syndrome. Harmless in theory, but hazardous in practice. Officer Holland, however, was the next level. Not only had she probably never cracked open a constitution, but her reactions speed outpaced neural signals.
Pop your trunk. So what did he do that was disorderly? Pop your trunk.
Okay, so I came up. He's recording. I'm like, Chris, hey. let me
What's
talk
he
to you."
recording?
The whole side of the people walking like, Chris, let me talk to you for a minute. I'm like, I'm getting a complaint about you being over here recording. And he's like, walk away. I'm like, Chris, come here.
Okay.
Chris, come here. Chris, come here.
But what was he doing that they feel is disorderly?
I explained to them the situation, and they
Sam, what was he doing that was disorderly?
He was recording them in the window.
On this side too, or?
I don't know if it was that side, but when I came up, he was walking all along this way. He was recording the windows, he was recording the doors, he was recording everything. And I'm like, Chris, I need to talk to you about this complaint. He just keeps walking. I'm like, Chris, I need to talk to you about this complaint.
Who all seen him doing that? Were there residents in the windows?
But we had a caller about it, and I need to get a hold of them and see where exactly they are.
So he's walking by videotaping the building?
He's videotaping the building. He's like zooming in on the
What-
windows,
what-
zooming
that's-
in on the doors. I explained to them what's going on, and they're like, oh my gosh, okay, I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, but time out. That's not illegal to do that.
Okay.
So he's not acting in a disorderly manner if he's on the sidewalk walking by videotaping the outside of the building.
Okay.
That's the problem we have.
Yeah, and they were disturbed by his actions once they found out what was going on.
But how are they? They're disturbed that he's walking on the sidewalk
They
videotaping?
were concerned because they don't know his mental state. They don't know what he was doing. And I told him I can't.
Well, he wasn't, I mean, other than not obeying you, which is a no-no, but as far as walking by with a video camera, I mean, I'm not, that's not something that,
They
even though they're,
bothered by the actions that he was doing.
I think this is something we need to send down to the state's attorney's office. As much as he's irritated you,
Oh no, he hasn't bothered me at all.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't stop, and he wouldn't.
I understand,
He wouldn't
but,
stop. And he kept pulling away.
but this
I'm
is,
like, Chris, you can't do that.
yeah, just, I think what we're going to do,
Well, I want to know what that caller said too, and what they had seen also.
well, the thing is, Sam, he's on the sidewalk, he's videotaping the building.
Okay.
We can send it down to the state's attorney's office for them to review for charges, but I mean, if he's walking up onto the door, like all the way up to the door, and he's shining the phone in, videotaping, then yeah, that's a problem.
Okay.
But if he's walking on the public sidewalk, their sidewalk, I mean, he's just videotaping the building. People videotape schools.
Oh yeah.
Is that alarming and disturbing? Yeah, I mean, it's something they're not used to, but, and yeah, he's a jerk, but I mean, that beside the point. I mean,
It was the fact that he wasn't stopping, and I'm trying to address
he's
the situation.
he's what we call in the military a crap house lawyer, okay?
Oh yeah.
He's one of these people. So he acts that way, and you know what? That's how he is. He's been raised that way.
Okay.
So we don't have enough to arrest him at this time. We detained him, which we were legally able to do.
Oh, absolutely.
We were within our justification to do so. I don't feel at this point we can send it down for them to review, but I don't think what he's doing is something that constitutes getting arrested.
Okay.
Okay? I'll explain it to him.
In the end, Chris was released along with Sergeant Stewart's nuggets of wisdom. If you just stopped and explained, none of this would have happened. In other words, the surefire safety key is bowing to vague orders. And of course, once the Constitution and Terry Stop are tossed off the field, reasonable suspicion mutates into any suspicion will do. Handcuffs, detainment, interrogation, all suddenly wear the official seal, as long as your justification remains just fuzzy enough.
You buckled up yourself, or she buckled you up? She buckled me. Safety first, right? Come on out. I tell you, I got to get to the bottom of things. Right over here. Okay? I got to get to the bottom of things, and you throwing these, turn around. I'll talk to you with handcuffs off. And you're still being detained. Well, just stop. That's what you got to do sometimes.
Well, I mean, that was clear. I feel like that was illegal.
No, it's not illegal. We can detain you, okay? That's the big difference. People read the internet and they watch movies and videos and they think that they can just say whatever they want and do whatever they want. Confront the police and be talked to and say, hey, this is what I was doing. You get a hell of a lot further with sugar than you do with salt. Honestly, if you'd have just stopped and explained what you were doing, instead, you've got to have this whole, just let me talk. There would have been this whole production, okay? It would have been eliminated. And what I would have said is, Chris, please don't videotape the place because you're freaking them out inside, okay?
So it's illegal to videotape them?
It's not illegal to videotape, but be smart about it, okay? People in there are old. People in there, mostly, to be honest, it's a woman-dominated career in there with cooks and cleaners and nurses helpers. Not this one, but the other one I've been in with my family. See, there's not very many men in there, very few. And the men that are in there are feeble older men or men who are recovering from illness or injury, and they can't really do much to defend themselves or help out. Yes, Chris, we've had people go in there and assault staff and husbands, so not like your situation. And I know you, that's not what you were doing. I don't know what the hell you're doing. You walking by taking a picture of the place? I mean, are you going to put it? You're out here. What are you going to do? You going to put it in your scrapbook someday and tell your kids there used to be a nursing home there?
Beautiful architecture.
Exactly. The thing you're getting confused on is we have a right and we are justified to stop you and question you and ask you, hey, what are you doing?
Do I have the right to not answer those questions?
You do have the right not to, but here's the thing. And then we take their word. Yeah, his mental state isn't quite right because, you know what? We don't know what he's got to say for himself. If you would have just said, hey, just taking pictures, man. I didn't mean to freak anybody out. Oh, okay. He's an innocent kid. He was taking some pictures. You know what? He understands it's, you know,
but
it is what it is.
As, you know, putting me in handcuffs.
We can do that. We can detain you.
But
because we have to get their side of the story.
But when you came to talk to me, you need like consensual contact because I didn't do anything illegal. Nor was I about to.
No. Here's the thing. You don't. You have to obey it. And you were given
anything illegal.
That's in your opinion. We don't know that. We got the call that you were doing something illegal. So we have
called saying I did anything illegal.
Chris, that's why
Chris, are you?
You may have gotten a call, but they didn't. They just call.
Chris, I've done this with your family and went round and round. I'm telling you.
I'm just asking.
Since you were a little boy, we've had this go around in circles. And here's the thing. No, the people called up and said, this guy is out there. We don't know what he's doing. We don't know what his mental state is. This is what's going on. We have a right and an obligation to the community to investigate that. Have to listen to the police. And you have to stop. When we're investigating something like that, you have to stop and say, hey, come here, we need to talk to you. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Now, if you would have just done that, this would all been avoided. Wait right here, let me go talk to them and find out what happened. Then after we talk to them, and she gets a story, well, I'm sitting there going, okay, wait a minute. There's a lot of holes in this that don't make sense. It's not something that happens like on the internet or on TV in a matter of minutes. It takes some time. Sometimes it can be done fairly quickly, and other times we're sitting at the PD and new evidence comes to light. We talk to the person that called. Oh, dude, it's not even remotely close to what we've been told. Okay, we've got other witnesses who are collaborating what actually took place. Okay, it's not as bad as it seems. We've had that happen many times. Bottom line is, when an officer tells you got to stop and talk to him, you don't know that at that point, right?
I do know I did nothing.
Okay, then yeah. Why wouldn't you stop and talk?
Because I did nothing illegal, so I don't have to.
But we're round in a circle again.
Right.
It was reported that you were. You have to stop and talk to the police because that's what you have to do.
Okay, well, I mean,
Chris, you're making a mountain out of a complete molehill here.
No, it's okay. Can we just all? I think I understand. I definitely won't film here.
You can listen. You can film. It's just have some common courtesy and common respect. If that was your loved one in there, and you had your mom or your sister or your girlfriend or whatever in there working, would you be comfortable with some guy they have no idea who he is out there doing this?
There, and all these blinds are closed.
Okay.
It was just
well, I can tell you, we have no idea who called. It goes to a dispatch center, and we get sent, and we get told a little blurb about what's going on. Person who's calling to a dispatcher to us. Actually, fourth if you want to count the computer they type it in. So by the time that happens, We've got what we got.
I understand.
And that's why you finish putting the pieces together. When I roll up or she rolls up, Chris, got a minute? Yeah, what's up? Hey, somebody called that you're videotaping out here, are you? Yeah, taping, taking some pictures. Not really, just kind of looking for a good shot.
Obviously,
oh, okay.
You guys can see that.
Well, we can't.
But I'm just videotaping?
Well, now we do. But do you see what I'm saying?
So...
We didn't think...
Talk to us, now we know what your side is.
I know.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I just don't think that, for one, I have to answer any questions whatsoever. You know, at most, if I'm being detained, all I have to do is give you guys my ID. You guys already know.
Where'd you read that at?
It is your Fifth Amendment. I don't have to answer any questions. It's self-incrimination.
Right. So then we don't get your side of the story, and then we got theirs and another witnesses, and that's what we go on?
And then you end up getting arrested.
Well, I did nothing illegal, though. So
But
that's
we
the
don't
thing.
know.
No, we don't know that.
But-
Listen,
But you
for
can't-
your
I'm
stuff...
innocent
for
until proven guilty.
Okay, that's in court, not out on the street.
Oh, in court.
We're done. You give him his phones back, and he can go.
You have to throw it in my trunk or...
Yeah, they're in the trunk.
I appreciate it.
Gotta let us get to the bottom of things. It takes time. Sometimes it's vindicated, like this case, and other times it's not. But I can tell you, if we have to talk to you, that's just how it's got to be. Okay? Right. It's not a big deal. All right, we're out of here. You ride anywhere?
No, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
Officer Stewart, Officer Collins.
All right, take care, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep, have a good one. See you around. Yep, thank you.
This whole episode is a reminder that civil rights don't merely exist on paper. They must be exercised and defended every day, sometimes through discomfort, confrontation, and even absurdly unjust handcuffs. Leave a 2 if you think Holland deserves a lesson in proper conduct as well. Before we wrap up today's journey, come with us to Hartford, Wisconsin. On the afternoon of April 20th, 2021, a peaceful day in Hartford suddenly turned into constitutional break time. Because a citizen merely glanced at a publicly parked car, officers knocked on their front door, setting off a cascade of coordinated strikes on the First and Fourth Amendments.
So, did a little video, and now I seem to have the cops at my door. Let's see what they want.
Hey, Reggie, how you doing?
Do I know you?
No, I'm Detective.
How do you know me?
I'm Detective McCarthy.
How do you know me? I didn't ask you that. I don't need to.
Detective McCarthy.
What's your badge number?
1125.
1125. What's your name and badge number?
Detective Ingebretson, Hartford PD.
Say that again.
Detective Ingebretson, Hartford PD. Badge number 605.
Okay.
I just want to talk to you about your contact at West.
I don't care what you want to talk to me. Look. What do you have nothing to talk to me about?
Sir, I'm not here for a confrontation.
I am a productive member of society. I am a citizen of the United States of America. You guys have no reason to unlawfully be at this doorstep right now. Did I commit a crime? Hold on. Answer my question, please. You are at my doorstep asking me questions, right? Can you answer a couple questions first? Before you get into your questioning me, I am a citizen here. You will not violate any rights today, sir. Absolutely. You will not come to my house and question me like you have authority. You will answer questions if you would like the respect of getting answered questions. Okay. Sorry, this is how I operate. Convicted of committing a crime.
Possibly.
Oh, possibly. Okay. So you have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime?
You could have been violated.
It could have, should have, shoulda, coulda, woulda, possibly, maybe on a rainy day.
Welcome to come to the West Bend Police Department.
I'm welcome to stay inside my home as well.
Parking lot and start looking into vehicles.
That is a First Amendment protected lawful activity. It is publicly accessible, open to the public.
I am here to give you a warning for prowling. Vehicles could be construed as prowling, okay?
No. You just said you're giving me a warning for prowling?
Yep, I'm giving you a warning.
What's your name again?
I'm handing you the ordinance. I don't want to see you get a ticket.
How do I file a complaint on this?
Okay, go talk to my supervisor.
No, well, you should have a complaint form, shouldn't you?
Okay, no, I don't need a complaint form. Talk to my
So to make a complaint about you, I have to talk to, because you guys aren't crooked all the same, huh?
Talk to the chief of police then, okay? All right, I'm here to give you a warning for prowling and explain the ordinance to you when you're looking into vehicles, all right?
Anything my eyes can see, I can film. It's a First Amendment protected activity, and that was a publicly accessible parking lot. You have no reason to be on my doorstep trying to give me no warning for prowling. I'm glad. Where are you from? And you're from where?
West Bend.
I'm glad you guys came together, because guess what? I will be back.
Okay.
Department again. Thank you so very much. Man, you guys will make my channel so amazing. You will see yourselves on the internet.
I'm just
Blah, 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 la, la, la. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't walk in the middle of the street, guys. Try not to violate any rights today or kill nobody, okay? Clowns come to the property to accuse me of prowling and try to give me a warning for prowling. Showed up at my doorstep.
Every tap of the record button is a subtle yet profound reminder. The Constitution isn't mere decoration. It's the historic pact between the people and power. So, if one day you hear a knock at your door, don't be afraid. Open it with a smile and be ready to illuminate the walk of shame for those misguided badges. 4 cities, 4 stories, 1 Constitution, and 1 paradox. Rights are printed clearly on paper, yet fade into obscurity in real life. When the camera becomes a mirror reflecting power or abuse of it, we see who truly understands the law and who's merely playing protector without learning their lines. Share this video to spread the message and help more people recognize the value of the Constitution. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss our future deep dives into civil rights. See you in the next video where we'll continue exposing legal memory lapses and reclaim our freedom together.